All right, hey everyone, get ready because we're diving deep into all these crypto predictions for 2025.
Buckle up.
Yeah, seriously, it's going to be a wild ride.
It is.
We've got this awesome article here from Crypto News.
Okay.
It's called Las Predicciones para las Criptomonedas in 2025.
All right.
And it's got some really bold forecasts in there.
For sure.
Like, we're talking about Solana ETFs, AI bots actually making trades, and then like all these scary new cybersecurity threats.
Oh, yeah.
So are you ready to decode this crypto crystal ball with me?
Absolutely. 2025 is like poised to be a huge turning point for crypto, but definitely some bumps in the road we got to watch out for.
Oh, for sure.
Let's break it down.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay.
Let's start with Solana.
All right.
This crypto news piece is all about how the SEC might actually approve a Solana ETF.
Right.
Like at the end of January.
End of January. That's right around the corner.
I know. It's like days away.
It is.
It's so soon.
The anticipation is crazy. I mean, we've got major players like Van Eck, Grayscale, even Canary Capital. They're all racing to launch the first Solana ETF.
That's intense.
If the SEC gives it the green light, it could be like a tsunami of new investment just pouring into Solana.
That's what everyone's so excited about, right?
Exactly.
Like it's the Ethereum ETF launch all over again.
It's a very similar situation.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Solana's market cap is way smaller than Ethereum's was back then.
Oh, interesting.
So even if like a small amount of that ETF money goes into Solana, it could send the price through the roof. It could be even crazier than what we saw with ETH.
Especially because Solana just like blew past $200 in the first week of January.
I know.
That's a big deal.
It is.
Like, is that a sign or is that a sign?
I mean, it definitely shows that there's strong momentum.
Okay.
But, you know, crypto is always unpredictable. There are always these external factors. For sure. Especially regulations. That can really change things up.
Absolutely. But it still makes you wonder, though, right? Like, could Solana be on track for an Ethereum-style surge?
It's definitely a possibility.
It's such a, like, tantalizing idea.
Yeah.
But, hey, speaking of things that could change the game.
Oh, yeah.
This Crypto News article also predicts that, like, 2025 is going to be the year that AI trading bots really take off.
That's right.
Are we talking like robots managing our crypto portfolio soon?
Well, maybe not robots in like the sci-fi sense, but sophisticated algorithms, definitely.
So like really complex computer programs.
Exactly. Yeah. Remember all that buzz about AI bots in 2024?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That was just the beginning. 2025 is predicted to be their like breakout year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty wild.
It is.
The article said that the market cap for these like AI-based crypto tokens is already at $54 billion.
It's huge.
That's like half the size of the entire meme coin market.
It's amazing, right?
That's crazy. Are AI bots about to take over the crypto world?
It's definitely a sign of the times.
Okay.
That kind of market cap shows, you know, real confidence in AI.
Yeah.
Like people believe that AI can navigate these crypto markets and these bots, they can analyze so much data.
Oh, yeah.
Way more than a human ever could.
Wow.
They spot trends that we might miss completely.
Really?
And then they can execute trades like instantly.
So fast.
Super fast.
Wow. So does this mean human traders are like going extinct?
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
AI definitely brings a ton of efficiency, but the crypto market is still like this wild beast full of surprises.
Oh, for sure.
And AI models, they're built on historical data, which is great for recognizing patterns, but they can't predict every curveball.
Oh, right.
So human judgment and intuition are still super important, especially when things get unpredictable.
So it's like a human AI tag team then?
Yeah, you could think of it that way.
Each bringing their own strengths to the table.
Exactly.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
But, okay, let's flip the coin for a second.
Okay.
We're all excited about potential gains and stuff. But this crypto news article also talks about the whole cybersecurity situation.
Oh, right.
And apparently it's about to get even worse.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the reality.
Really?
As crypto values go up, so do the stakes for hackers.
Oh, that makes sense.
This article actually had a pretty scary statistic.
Oh, no. What is it?
Hackers stole $2.3 billion more in 2024 compared to 2023.
That's a huge jump.
It is.
Yeah. So Like, what kind of scams should we be watching out for in 2025?
Well, the article specifically called out, like, fraudulent payment authorizations.
Right.
And those shady investment invitations that, like, promise you the moon.
Oh, I've seen those.
Yeah.
Those are sketchy.
They are.
They are.
Hackers are getting much sneakier.
Oh, really?
Finding new ways to exploit vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
And they prey on people's FOMO, you know?
Fear of missing out.
Yeah.
Totally.
That's right.
So it's not just about having a strong password anymore.
No, it's much more than that.
Like, what else can we do to protect ourselves?
You got to be extra cautious.
Okay.
Like, always triple check your sources.
All right.
Be wary of any, like, unsolicited offers that sound too good to be true.
Yeah, those are usually too good to be true.
Exactly.
And, like, practice good cybersecurity hygiene.
Yes, definitely.
So that's like strong passwords.
Strong password.
Two-factor authentication.
Factor authentication.
So being careful about the links you click.
All of that.
All the basics.
The basics are still crucial.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
The basics are always important.
Always.
Okay, but what about, like, specific threats?
Oh, yeah.
This article mentioned North Korean hackers.
Ah.
Like, they're stepping up their game.
They are.
Are they the ones to watch out for?
They're definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Really?
They've pulled off some of the biggest crypto heists.
Oh, wow.
In recent years.
Okay.
These hackers, they're highly skilled.
Uh-huh.
They're incredibly persistent. They've got, like, the backing of a whole state apparatus.
Whoa.
It's a serious threat.
Okay, so it's clear that 2025 is going to be like a wild ride for crypto.
For sure.
With huge opportunities, but also some serious risks.
It's always a balancing act.
That's true.
Yeah.
But before we get too deep into those risks,
okay,
I really want to learn more about this whole AI trading bot thing.
It's fascinating, right?
It is. It's like mind-blowing to me. I'm really curious to know more about like how these things actually work.
Yeah.
What are the different types of algorithms?
Okay.
And what data are they feeding on?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Let's unpack that after a quick break. We'll be back in a flash to delve into this fascinating world of AI trading bots and what it means for you. All right. Stay tuned.
We'll be right back.
So before the break, we were starting to talk about those AI trading bots, remember? Those digital masterminds?
I know, definitely remember that.
I think you had a question about, like...
I did.
How they actually work, all that.
Yeah, it's all very, like, sci-fi to me still, you know?
I get it.
We're talking about different types of algorithms.
Oh, we are.
Right. What are they, like, different species of trading bots?
That's actually a pretty good way to think about it.
Okay.
Yeah. There are different, like... families, so to speak. Some are like trend followers. They're just looking for patterns like in price movements to hop on board. Others focus on arbitrage. Yeah, so they're exploiting those tiny price differences you find across like different exchanges. And then you've got the more sophisticated ones. Yeah.
That are using like machine learning to adapt to market changes in real time.
Whoa, so they're like learning as they go?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's both impressive and a little scary.
It is. It is.
But like, what are they learning from? What data are we talking about?
Oh, it's like a data buffet for these bots.
A data buffet? Yeah. Like everything from historical price charts to like trading volume, even social media sentiment, news headlines.
Wow.
Anything that might give them an edge.
Really?
Yeah. And some even tap into like alternative data sources.
Like what?
Things like satellite imagery to track shipping traffic.
No way.
And predict commodity prices.
That's crazy.
It's a whole new level of market intelligence.
So they're basically reading the entire internet.
Pretty much.
Just to try to figure out where the market's going?
Yeah, that's the idea.
That's wild. But if they're getting all this info, are they actually outperforming human traders?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
It is. Should I just like hand over my portfolio to a bot right now?
I wouldn't be so quick.
Okay.
While some bots have shown like really impressive results.
Okay.
Remember, the market is still unpredictable.
Oh, for sure.
Past performance doesn't guarantee future returns, you know?
That's true.
And a bot that does amazing in one market condition could completely flop in another.
Okay.
Plus, there's always the risk of like bugs and glitches.
Oh, right. The joys of technology.
Exactly.
True. And speaking of technology gone rogue,
let's
get back to those cybersecurity threats.
Right.
You mentioned hackers are getting like bolder and sneakier.
Yeah.
Are these attacks like random?
Not necessarily.
Or are there like specific vulnerabilities that we should know about?
It's not just random chaos.
Okay.
Hackers are strategic.
Okay.
They're targeting weaknesses.
Like what?
Well, for example, Solana's had like some security incidents in the past.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some related to its consensus mechanism. Others exploiting vulnerabilities in smart contracts.
Interesting.
And then with these AI trading platforms, think about all that data they're processing.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's a goldmine for hackers.
Oh, for sure.
Any security lapse could be disastrous.
So it's not just about like individual investors being careful.
No, not at all.
The platforms themselves need to step up their game too.
Absolutely. We're talking like multi-layered security, constantly evolving to stay ahead of the hackers.
Wow.
It's an arms race.
It is.
And the stakes are getting higher and higher.
For sure. But okay, let's circle back to AI for a second.
All right.
I'm still really curious about like the potential implications of all this.
Sure.
This whole AI trading bot revolution. Is it going to change the way everyday people invest?
It already is, in a way.
Really?
Yeah, you don't need to be like a coding whiz to use a basic trading mod anymore.
Oh, interesting.
There are platforms out there with super user-friendly interfaces.
Okay.
Even like pre-built strategies you can just plug and play with.
Really? So it's not just for like Wall Street hotshots anymore?
Exactly.
That's pretty cool, actually.
It is.
But what about the bigger picture?
What do you mean?
Like, could AI trading bots actually destabilize the market?
That's a concern for some people.
Yeah, I've heard some pretty wild theories out there.
I bet.
Like, what are the concerns?
Well, one of the big worries is like flash crashes.
Flash crashes, what are those?
Imagine like multiple AI bots, right?
Oh, okay.
All using similar algorithms.
Okay.
And they all react to a piece of news or like a market signal at the same time.
Okay.
Their combined selling pressure could trigger this massive price drop.
Oh, wow.
Potentially even cascading across different exchanges and assets.
That sounds terrifying.
It could be.
Are there like measures in place to prevent that?
Yeah, exchanges and regulators are definitely aware of the risks.
Okay.
They're working on safeguards.
Like what?
Well, some exchanges use circuit breakers.
Circuit breakers.
Yeah, so they temporarily halt trading if prices move too quickly.
Oh, that makes sense.
Others are exploring ways to like monitor algorithmic trading more closely, identify potential red flags, and maybe even intervene if necessary.
That's reassuring.
And there's a lot of research going on right now into designing AI systems that are like more resilient to these unexpected events and less likely to trigger these chain reactions.
That's good. That's good.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
But it's definitely being taken seriously.
It's good that they're taking it seriously.
Yeah.
But let's shift gears for a minute and talk about regulation.
Regulation, all right.
This crypto news article hinted at some major developments coming in 2025.
Okay.
Particularly with the SEC and their stance on crypto.
Right.
Can you give us a preview of what to expect?
Well, the regulatory landscape is definitely a big question mark for 2025.
Yeah, it always is.
The SEC has been kind of sending mixed signals.
About what?
About their approach to crypto.
Oh, okay.
And their decisions on things like, you know, ETF approvals, stablecoin regulations, all that.
Yeah.
Those could have a huge impact on the market.
For sure.
Some experts think we're heading towards a more like strict regulatory environment.
Okay.
Which could stifle innovation, but it could also bring some much needed stability and investor protection.
Okay, so like pros and cons to both sides.
Others argue that the U.S. might fall behind other countries.
If they're too strict.
If they don't adopt a more flexible approach.
I see.
It's a tough balance to strike.
It is. It is.
We'll have to see how it plays out.
Okay, so buckle up, everyone.
Buckle.
The regulatory roller coaster is about to take off.
It is.
But before we get lost in all that, let's talk about decentralized autonomous organizations. DAOs. Yeah. Are you ready to venture into that world?
Absolutely.
All right. Let's do it. So right before we went to that break, we were about to like jump into the DAO rabbit hole.
The DAO rabbit hole, yeah.
You mentioned they're like community-run crypto projects.
That's right.
It sounds pretty radical, honestly.
It is. DAOs are basically turning the idea of a traditional organization upside down.
Okay, so how does that work? Like, how do you flip an organization upside down?
Imagine like a company, right?
Okay.
But there's no CEO.
No CEO. is in charge.
That's the thing. Decisions are made by like a distributed network of token holders.
Token holders, so like people who own the cryptocurrency.
Exactly. And they all vote on proposals.
How do they vote?
Using blockchain technology. So it's all transparent and secure.
So it's like a company run by like a hive mind.
Kinda, yeah, you could think of it that way.
But how does that actually work in practice?
Well, there are a lot of different ways to structure a DAO, but the core idea is that decisions are made collectively.
By the token holders.
By the token holders.
Okay.
One example, you can look at some of the DAOs that are managing DeFi protocols.
DeFi protocols, those are like lending platforms and stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. So these DAOs are collectively making decisions about like interest rates, collateral requirements, even like new features to develop.
So it's like financial governance.
Yeah.
But by consensus, by everyone agreeing.
By consensus powered by smart contracts.
Okay.
And, you know, the wisdom of the crowd.
So instead of a boardroom, you've got like thousands of people voting on the blockchain.
Potentially, yeah.
But doesn't that get like really messy?
It can be a challenge, for sure.
Yeah, like herding cats, right?
Yeah, there are definitely challenges.
How do they actually reach agreement on anything?
Well, some DAOs use like a simple majority voting system.
Okay.
Others have more complex system with weighted voting.
Weighted voting?
Based on how many tokens you hold.
Oh, interesting.
There's a lot of experimentation going on.
To try to figure out the best way to do it.
Exactly, to find the most effective governance models.
That makes sense. It's like the Wild West of like organizational structures. You know?
Totally.
It's kind of exciting.
It is.
But let's zoom out for a second.
Okay.
What's the potential impact of DAOs on the world beyond crypto?
That's the big question, right?
Yeah. Could this model disrupt other industries?
Absolutely. DAOs have the potential to revolutionize so many things.
Like what?
Everything from like venture capital and fundraising to like content creation and social activism.
Really?
Yeah. Imagine a world where like artists are funded directly by their fans
through a DAO.
Through a DAO.
Wow.
Or like scientific research is governed by a global community of scientists.
That's kind of mind-blowing.
It is. The possibilities are huge.
Yeah. It's a lot to think about. It is. But before we get too lost in like DAO utopia,
right,
I want to touch on something we've been talking about all episode.
Okay.
This need for like caution and awareness in the crypto space, especially with all this new stuff happening.
It's important.
What's your biggest piece of advice for like our listeners who are navigating this space in 2025?
I think the most important thing is knowledge.
Knowledge.
The more you understand about how crypto works, the risks involved, the different technologies, the better equipped you'll be to make smart decisions and avoid like the pitfalls.
So basically, do your research.
Do your research. Don't fall for hype.
Don't fall for hype.
And never invest more than you can afford to lose.
That's good advice, yeah.
It's classic advice, but it's important.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
And remember, everyone, this deep dive is just a starting point.
Yeah.
There's so much more to learn out there.
A whole universe of information.
And the crypto landscape is always changing.
Always evolving.
So stay curious, keep learning, and never be afraid to ask questions.
That's right.
And most importantly, enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride. Crypto is an exciting space to be in. It's full of innovation, disruption, and the potential to really change the world.
Well said. Well said. And on that note, we are signing off for today.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive. We'll see you next time.